Hi Marilyn, it's Arlene, and I'm making this video just for you. So what I want to show you in a grinder, I have many, so I'm just gonna pull this one out. So to give you an example, and I might grind it just to show you, but when you grind your material, it's actually ground in here. And I hope you can see this. And then it falls down here into this compartment. And you can see how deep this is. Now, very little will fit through this screen and go down to the next compartment. So as you can see, this is a small compartment. And I'm actually going to grind some and show you. I happen to have some parsley here from my garden. Now, what I want to show you in the skeleton is if you look at this, so here's your grinder. And I'm going to unscrew this part. And I'm not saying this pink one's any better. It was the first one I grabbed, okay? What I do want to show you is the major flaw in this grinder. So what you can see when you put these two together to grind, the product comes out. There is nowhere for it to go. You see, there's a screen in here. So it stays in between that metal and the screen. It never gets down to this compartment, except for maybe that little piece of keef that's going to fit through the screen. And then there's this crazy little metal thing here, which never fits in right, okay? So now you have this really deep compartment, and nothing gets in there. And what I'm going to do, I hope my video is not too long. Here's some parsley. You can see it's actually parsley from, yes, I live in Colorado, but it's parsley. I should have grabbed a plate. Give me a second, I'm going to grab a piece of paper. Okay, so here's what I want to show you. I'll put some parsley in this one. And I have a huge garden, so I really do spend a lot of time drying my food. And I want to give you a personal thank you for that dehydrator, because I do have a large Excalibur. And this was kind of nice to have something smaller that I can use simply on my counter. So it doesn't matter how much I put in there. We only need a little bit. But this was all dried parsley that I grew. So I'll just pull that stem out, and then I'll put this on. And I don't have to do a neat job to show you. So you twist this around, and what I want to show you is there's nowhere for it to go. See how it's sitting in here? Okay, so now I'm going to unscrew this. And yes, you can take this out. You can use this. I can't even unscrew it. Okay. Now what you grind up, that just fell in. But what you grind up, see, there's nothing in here. Now let me show you with this grinder, just to give you, just to give you an example how this is supposed to work. Okay, now there's a bigger grinder, but you can see nothing gets through this screen, nothing. And yes, you can take the screen out, but that is honestly with great difficulty. I'm just going to throw this back in here. I still made a mess. Okay, let me pick up this paper. And this is how it's supposed to work, okay? So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to grind this up. And as you know, probably already ground. So let's take the top off. Okay, most of it's ground, and that's fine. It's plenty. I don't have to grind the whole thing just to show it to you. So I'm going to take this off. Now what I'm going to show you is now that's sitting on top of the screen. That's what you're going to use in your herbs. That's what you're going to, if you're smoking, that's what you're going to smoke. Now when you pick this up, take that part off, and you can see nothing came through. But that's referred to as the keef, what goes through the screen. In this grinder, nothing gets through the screen because your screen is here. There's no space between the grinder and the screen is almost impossible to take out. So I'm going to send this to you. If you want to give me a call or you want to email me, that's fine. My phone number is 970-566-0363. As I mentioned, this is not a grinder to use. This is purely for looks. It's a novelty item. Now, you can take this screen off and you can use it. But I'm telling you, it was a difficult situation.